Prince William and Princess Kate's true feelings on Royal Lodge as Roe continues. The saga of the Royal Lodge in Windsor Great Park rumbles on, with His Majesty the King reportedly pressuring his younger brother, Prince Andrew, to leave the 30-bedroom property. Recent reports suggest that the King has stopped paying for the Duke of York's private security detail in a not-so-subtle bid to persuade him to downsize. There have been rumours the likes of Prince William and Princess Kate could become the next residents of the massive £30 million mansion instead. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. But some commentators have suggested that the Prince and Princess of Wales are seeing the lodge very much as a poisoned chalice. Speaking on the Palace Confidential podcast, royal expert Richard Eden said, "Prince William and his family are not itching to move in. They're elsewhere on the estate and there's big bills that will have to be paid for repairing the Royal Lodge. The last thing William and Catherine want is to be lumbered with a PR disaster of having to spend millions on another house." Prince Andrew is required to repair, renew, uphold, clean and keep in repair and, where necessary, rebuild the mansion, according to the 75-year lease agreement granted to him in 2003 by the Crown Estate. The National Audit Office, NAO, report into the lease agreement stated that the Crown Estate's independent advisors had advised that the refurbishment work would cost at least £5 million. It has previously been reported that Andrew has paid more than £200,000 for roof repairs on the royal mansion last summer, a sum which was described as an interim payment and further repairs are needed. A source told the Mirror, "The Duke of York has a clear responsibility for the upkeep of the Royal Lodge estate, which is certainly not happening." But the Duke of York said to be determined to hang on to the Royal Lodge, which is seen as having more prestige than the smaller Frogmore Cottage, despite the fact that the cottage underwent a £2.4 million renovation in 2019. The Daily Mail's royal editor, Rebecca English, said, "Andrew very much is the man that doesn't want to go." Rebecca added, "The King is funding this out of his own pocket and, sources, said to me his patience is not limitless on this." However, Richard Eden commented, "The property is owned by the Crown Estate, there's no great reason to get rid of him other than the costs of security which the King is paying for. But, the King has a lot of money and it just seems petty that he is trying to get rid of him." The controversy is sure to add something of a frosty atmosphere to Balmoral, where both King Charles and Prince Andrew are spending the summer. Prince William reportedly harbours a long-standing grudge against his uncle Prince Andrew, who allegedly failed to warmly welcome Kate Middleton into the royal family. Royal expert Richard Kay has hinted that this frosty reception could play a pivotal role in Andrew's potential eviction from the Royal Lodge. Richard Kay suggests that the Prince of Wales' animosity towards the Duke of York stems from the way Kate was treated as she joined the royal fold. Following a controversial BBC Newsnight interview in 2020, Prince Andrew stepped back from public duties, but the tension with Prince William persists. In early 2022, Buckingham Palace declared that Andrew had returned his military titles and royal patronages to the Queen. Rumours swirl that Prince William was instrumental in ousting Andrew from his Buckingham Palace office, and has been eager to exclude him from royal ceremonies. Speculation is rife that Prince William might urge King Charles to evict Andrew from the Royal Lodge. Speaking to Mail Online, royal commentator Richard Kay revealed that William has long held a grudge against Andrew, believing that Charles has treated him too leniently. The author wrote, "Differences between monarch and heir do remain, especially when it comes to the Prince Andrew scandal. William has long held a grudge against Andrew for being unwelcoming when he first introduced the then Kate Middleton to the royal family, and feels that his father has been too soft on him. It has led to speculation that it is William who is pushing his father to evict the Duke of York from Royal Lodge, so the Waleses could move in." Royal expert Tom Quinn spoke to the Mirror, stating, "For King Charles, forcing Andrew to move to Frogmore solves several problems at once. It sends a message to Harry that, as a private citizen and no longer a working royal, he will never be allowed back to Frogmore. It sends a message to Andrew that having disgraced himself, he can no longer expect to live in the grand style. And, finally, it means that a suitably grand residence can be made ready for the royals who really matter, William and Kate. Charles is determined that Royal Lodge is the only residence on the royal estate at Windsor that is big enough and regal enough for his heir.